Hi, my name is Kenny. I work for a community-based team here in London. I'm just going to share with you some seated exercises based upon muscles that we need to stand, sit, and move, and also to help circulation. Now, I'm going to show you a set of exercises. First thing is, make sure you're seated comfortably. What I mean by that is that you have a nice L shape in your chair to begin with, feet firmly on the floor. Okay, the first thing we're going to work on is our circulation and increasing our heart rate and oxygen into the lungs. We normally give these type of exercises to people over 60 who might have a balance problem, some standing stability issues, or possibly some circulation, or just have some general weakness, and I need to increase that to reduce the risk of falling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, as I said, is make sure you have a nice shape in the chair, a nice L shape. Make sure your back is well supported. Make sure you're comfortable, feet on the floor, and we're going to start with a march. The march is a simple exercise to increase circulation, prepare your body for exercise, but also to increase your heart rate and increase some oxygen into the lungs, but also to get you warm. Okay, so we don't want to start exercising if we're cold. So the first thing we do is a march. So we start off with our legs, making sure you can feel the feet on the floor. We do that. Normally, if we're going to march, I would say march for about a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Yeah? So the first thing I would suggest is for a minute, just march, as I'm doing now. Remember, it's about your pace. So just march. Now, once you've done a minute just marching, you do another minute. But this time, the other minute is marching, but also now you're swinging your arms. Sit nice and tall, head nice and still, and we march. Okay? Normally I say a minute, 2 minutes. If you feel you can do this a bit longer, by all means. Yeah? I would say if you're going to march, if you can, about 5 minutes should do it. By 5 minutes, you should feel nice and warm. But again, it's about your physical ability, maybe your physical condition, your illness, and maybe the time of day. Okay? So, after you've done that for about 2 minutes, march, arms, relax, feet on the floor. Hopefully you feel a bit warmer. If not, if you don't feel warm, you can do it for a little bit longer. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to do some small little movements to mobilize the joints. So we always start with the head first, okay? So the first thing we do is try and look up. So when you're looking up, let your eyes follow where you're going. Go as high as you can, eyes towards the ceiling, chin towards the ceiling, and just hold. I would normally hold for the count of between 5 and 10 seconds. So if you feel that you want to have a little bit more of a stretch, all you got to do is put your hands underneath your chin and push slightly. And you'll feel a bit of tension behind the back of your neck. And just hold. Good. When you've done that, you come back to the middle. You notice some nice and slow movements. I don't want to make myself dizzy. I don't want to feel disorientated when I'm doing these exercises. And what I will then do is look to the right and just turn. Again, I'm keeping my posture nice and still, making sure my back is well supported. Just turning my head, letting my eyes follow in the direction that I'm looking, and just hold it there. Again, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can just put your fingers on your chin and just hold. Then you come back to the middle. Then we go to the other side, which is my left. Again, just let your eyes follow. If you want to get a little bit more stretch, just push, but don't push too hard. It's just to get a stretch, just to mobilize the joint. Come back to the middle, and then put your chin on your chest, eyes down to the floor. Good, and just come up, and that's it for the neck, for the head. This is good to do, especially if you watch TV a lot and just in one direction. It's good to do these exercises while you're sitting, okay? Right, the next one I'm going to do is just for the shoulders. I'm going to roll my shoulders anti-clockwise, i.e. backwards, to start with. Because backwards, it seems to be the most difficult way to go for older people. So I always go backwards first. We do about 10. So we do 10 backwards. Yeah. Once you've done your 10 backwards, you do 10 forward. Okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's good to count, because when you count, it shows also that you're breathing. A lot of people focus on the exercise and forget to breathe. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I've actually worked with patients who actually have done that. So always try to count loud. Don't not shout it out, but just count, so it encourages you to breathe. Okay? The next exercise we're going to do is just for the shoulders again. You just go up, keep your head nice and still. You're trying to get your shoulder to your ears. So up, hold, 1, 2, 3, and just control that movement down. Up, 1, 2, 3, control the movement down. So you should be doing about 10. Okay, I'll show you again. Up, hold, 1, 2, 3, and down. That's 3. Up, hold it there, and down. 4, good. Up, control down. 5, yeah? So you should do about 10, okay? Right, excellent. So the next exercise we're going to do is I'm going to get you to come forward, slide your bum forward towards the edge of your chair. Make sure your feet are planted on the floor. Don't move your legs. Arms across. And all you're going to do is turn and hold. The more you turn, the more you feel the stretch. This is good for the side of your body, and it's also good for the back. Okay, again, you hold for about the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, control, slow the movement coming back to the middle, and then you go to the other side, same thing. Go for, only start counting when you cannot turn anymore. So this is as far as you can go, hold, and then you start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then come back. Okay? Next one is just arm out. Other arm out. Keep your arms about your chest height. Just clutch your fingers and just hold. That's all you got to do. Again, just count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back. Make sure you increase the space between your feet. Go as wide as you can. Make sure you're still well positioned on the chair because we don't want you slipping off. Yeah? And all I'm going to get you to do is bring your hands in between your legs and just come down and just see if you can touch the floor and just stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come up. Come up nice and tall. Don't forget to breathe. Hold it there. Again, this is for your lower back. Breathe. When you feel ready, you go down again. Nice and slow movements. Go down and hold. And count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. Don't rush. The reason why we have a shorter count for this one is because some people might have some problems with their dizziness. And what we don't want is for you to be down there and suddenly you got onset of dizziness. You get up, you feel disorientated, next thing you know, you're on the floor. That's why I make it a shorter count. I make the count a bit slow, give yourself a bit of time. But if you get to 2 or 3 and then you start feeling a little bit dizzy, just come up slowly, go back to your chair, give yourself a few seconds, let that subside, and then if you feel you can do it again, continue. Okay? So always be aware of that. All right, excellent. The next one we're going to do is extending the leg. Normally, you can go on your stronger leg, but I will go on my weaker leg first. And all I'm going to do is put my heel on the floor, keep my knee as straight as I can get it, as you can see. Try to keep it in line, so you're keeping your hip, knee, ankle all in line. We don't want it like this, pointing outwards, and we're trying not to get it to point inwards. We're just trying to get it as straight as we can. All right? And then what you do, easy to remember, your toes goes towards your nose. So pull your toes towards your nose. Another way you could look at it is imagine having a bit of string tied to your toe. You've got the string here, and what you're trying to do is pull the foot towards you. Now when you do that, you will feel a little bit of a strain. The bottom of your leg, which is your calf muscle, this muscle here. It might feel a bit tight. So just hold. Again, you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You bring this foot back, then you extend the other leg that you haven't done. Make sure the left foot or the foot that you're not straightening is stable, so it's nice and strong. Again, make sure you're at a suitable space on your chair. You're not too far forward, like you're going to fall off. Again, heel on the floor. Keep the knee as straight as you can. Keep it as straight as you can, i.e. in line with you've got the ankle, the knee and the hip. Everything should be in line if you can. Again, toes towards nose. So just pull the foot up and hold. Good. Good. 10, 9, don't forget to count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. An added extra if you want is, if you can, slide your hand down, and if you can, hold your toe. Brilliant. If you can't, just sit, hands on the opposite leg, keeping the toes up towards you. Okay? Right. Now we're going to go back to the other leg. Come back to my left leg. Again, I'm keeping it straight. But this time, instead of toes to nose, nose to toe. So again, keeping the leg straight, heel on the floor, you're bending your nose towards your toe. Again, you can rest your hands on the opposite leg, give you a bit of stability, and just go as far forward as you feel comfortable. You're gonna feel a little bit of pull here. That's fine, that's just a stretch. If you get to a point and it starts feeling a little bit too discomforty, or there's a little bit too much discomfort, should I say, just stay there or come back up a little bit, loosen that, but please hold it. Just hold it there. If you can come forward a little bit more, all the better for you. It's just increasing the malleability of the muscle. So when you get up and stand up and walk, you won't get that cramping and you won't get that stiffness. Yeah? So when you're finished, you come back, left leg down, right leg forward. Same thing, nose towards toe. So your nose is going towards your toes. Again, hands on opposite leg, give you some stability and just come forward. And just hold. Again, don't forget to count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Again, a little bit extra if you can. You don't have to. Again, if you want to get a bigger stretch, big toe and just hold. Good. Just there. If you can't do that, keep your hands on the opposite leg, nose towards toes. Okay? First stretch for the calf, for the base of your leg, toes towards nose. For the top half of your leg, which is the hamstring, which is just underneath your leg here, it's opposite direction. It's nose towards toes. The next lot of exercises we're going to do are now strength and balance exercise. Now we're going to move on to some strengthening exercises in sitting. We've done some stretching. Now we're going to do some strengthening. So what I'm going to do, just so you understand the sitting position, especially when you start any exercise in your chair, I'll just turn sideways so you can see. Just bear with me a second so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here, a nice L shape, because you want your back well supported, because you don't want to bring the back into the exercise, especially if you've got back pain or long-term issues with your back. So it's good that your back is well supported. With the first exercise, we're going to work on our muscle just above the knee. This exercise is very good, especially for standing and for walking, because the big muscle here, which is the quadricep muscle, so the big muscle in your leg, okay, the front of your leg. So again, make sure you're sitting nice and tall, nice L shape in your chair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my right leg because it's closer to the camera. So all I want you to do is straighten your knee. So if you notice, I'm just lifting the knee, getting it straight as I can. And then once I've got to that point, I'm going to pull my toes in and I'm just going to hold it. Now, if you put your hand just above your knee, you can actually feel the muscle contract. That it helps you to know that you're doing exercise properly. So if I leave my fingers here, I can actually feel it. And then I come back. Okay? Always do a full range of movement. What I mean by that, starting position, foot on the floor, come forward. This is your finishing position. You just try and straighten the knee as much as you can. Keep this part of the leg on the chair. Pull your toes in and just hold. You count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back. Foot on the floor. That's 2. Okay, I'm going to do 5. But if you can, try and push to 10. But 5 is the minimum. Up. Toes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, if you notice what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep my leg in line. What I mean by that, I'm just trying to keep everything as straight as I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And come in. Excellent. And do it again. Make sure your knee's at that point. Get your knee as straight as you can. Toes in, and then you start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in. I'll do one more, and then we'll go to the left leg. I'll turn my chair around so give you a better view. Up, in. Now you count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to do the left leg. Normally, I'll encourage you to always do the weaker leg first, okay? But I just did the right leg, which is my stronger leg, so it's closest to the camera. So I'm going to do my left leg now. Same principle. Up. When you get to that point, knees straight, toes in, then you start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And back. Okay? What we're trying to avoid is this. Some people come up and they're doing that. That's what we're trying to avoid, because then you start working different muscle groups, yeah? Or some people find they bring the leg in. You don't want the leg in like that, because again, you're changing the point of the exercise. So what you want to do is try and keep the leg as straight as you can and hold. Remember, only count to 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll do one more. My left leg. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back. And then if you need to rest, you can. What you then do, just, if you can, just tap your feet up and down. And what that will help do is just help relax the muscle and prepare for the next exercise, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my chair around and I'm going to show you the next exercise. This one is for your hip abductor, which is the side up here, right here. I know we know a lot of older people have problems with their hip and their knees. So the first one I did is for the knee and the muscle just above to help keep that joint strong. And the muscle. So this one is for the hip. What you do, again, you slide your bum forward of your chair, come towards the edge. If you feel a little bit unbalanced, you can always grip the chair. If you have no handles, if you've got handles, you can always hold the chair. I'll put my hands underneath the chair so it gives me that stability. And all you're going to do is from here, I'll use my weaker leg here. From here, it's out to the side and come back. If you want, start with your heel on the floor, come up, go out, hold, and you can put your heel down. Come up, heel in, on the floor, up, out to the side and down. And you should feel that in the hip. To do this exercise and to slow the movement down, I'd say count to 3. So if you watch me, I'll explain what I mean by that. The minute I put my leg up, I start counting 1, 2, 3. After when I hit 3, my heel goes down. So that allows time for the exercise. You know you're breathing, but also you're working the muscle. So up, when it comes up, 1, 2, 3, and come down. If you notice, I'm only lifting my foot about 6 inches, so about here. 1, 2, 3, heel down. I'm not doing this. That's not what I'm encouraging you to do. Everything we do is a controlled movement. So I'll do it again. Heel up, toes towards you. 1, 2, 3, and then put it down. You notice again, extending my leg, keeping my knee as straight as I can, and I'm trying to keep everything in alignment. The hip, knee and ankle, we're trying to keep them all at the same angle. Up, in, 1, 2, 3, and heel down. So again, we're looking to do about 10 of those, all right? So again, just to clarify, I'll do it on my right leg. Hold the chair if you need to. Up, 1, 2, 3, and down. Notice this leg doesn't move. So this has to keep nice and stable. Up, 1, 2, 3, and down. Remember, I'm keeping a slight gap between knees as well. So I'm not bringing it right across. 1, 2, 3, good. When it comes up, then you start counting 1, 2, 3. And if you notice, it's a nice controlled movement. I'm not rushing it. Up, 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, we'll just go back one more time. Up, 1, 2, 3, heel down. Again, when you finish that, just use your hands, come back into your chair, tap your toes and allow the legs just to get a break. Just up and down, just to release some of that tension in the legs. Again, minimum is 5, maximum, if you can do, 10. But maybe start with 5, build it up till 10. Brilliant. So the next exercise we're going to do is for knee and hip. So we're working them together. Hip and knee flexion. So basically, again, nice and tall. Again, I'm starting on my weaker leg. Again, you can hold a chair. If you've got arms, if you don't have arms, you can hold a chair underneath, okay? Just for stability if you need to. What I'm trying not to do is when I lift, is to lean back. A lot of people do this, which means they've got very poor core stability. What you're trying to do, if you can, is just to lift. Now, if you're lifting, and this is as far as you can get, fine, because what that means, you're not going forward. It will get stronger. But if you're doing this and doing this, that's what we're trying to avoid. So again, just go up as far as you can. Try and keep yourself as straight as you can. Up. Don't forget to breathe. Hold. 1, 2, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3. And down. And you will actually feel that here. You can actually feel it. 1, 2, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3. And down. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And down. And you will actually feel that here. You can actually feel it. 1, 2, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3. And down. Notice my trunk, my head not moving. 1, 2, 3. And down. I'm going to hold this only for 3. 1, 2, 3. And down. Brilliant. Go to the stronger leg, which is my right one. Same thing. Try and keep the foot in. Try not to push it out. 1, 2, 3. And down. So all you're doing is from here, lifting the foot up. 1, 2, 3. And down. 1, 2, 3. And down. One more. 1, 2, 3. And down. So you can do that 10 times. Only to the count of 3. Remember to count. Help the breathing. The next one we're going to do is for the calf. Simple. Just up and down. And down. So we're leaving toes on the floor and just allowing the heels to come off the ground. And again, that's for the calf. If you can't do that, Just try and rock. Same thing. So use your toes. So you're getting some momentum. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's the same exercise, but now you're trying to get the momentum in order to lift the calf off the ground, yeah? If you can, do that. If you can't lift, what you can try and do is just do your toes. It's the same thing. So bring the toes up. If you struggle to lift the heel off the ground, try lifting the toes up. Push them down. Again, it's the same thing. Still the calf, and also you're using the ankle, because obviously in order to lift and lower, you need the ankle mobility. That's why this exercise is very good for ankle and for calf. So if you can't lift the heel up, use your toes. If you can, get the heel up. Brilliant. If you struggle, what you can do is try and get momentum. So lift the toes, then the heels. Lift the toes, and then try and push the heels up. Yeah? Excellent. All right, that's a few strengthening exercises that we can do. The last one I'm going to show you is the hardest. This exercise is an all over body one. Yeah? So 2 ways you can do it. So the first thing you've got to make sure is that you're near the edge of your chair. Make sure your feet are back and they're flat on the floor. You're slightly bent forward. Ready. This is the ready position. You can use your hands. If you don't have a chair with arms, you can just place your hands on the side and push as you push with your legs. If you've got a chair with arms, hands here, again, you push simultaneously with your legs. So your hands and you push together. If you feel that you don't need either, you can do it without. So I will just here, I'm going to do it without. So imagine if I had a chair, I'll show you first. So I've got a chair, you slightly bend forward, and when you push slightly forward, and then stand nice and tall. Make sure you push your knees back, and there's your stability. Yeah? Again, with your sit, if you're sitting with the chair, hands on the chair first, because you've got to make sure you know where the chair is before you sit. Yeah? Here. Make sure you've got grip. Push your bum back. Make sure your bum goes back. And then see, you notice I didn't lift my foot off the floor. Some people, when they sit, they do this. Try not to do that. Try and keep your feet on the floor when you sit down, okay? Again, ideally, if you don't have a chair with arms, you can do the same way. Again, come forward, feet back. And as you push with your arms. Again, same principle. Stand tall. Okay? When you stand tall, when you're ready to sit down, make sure before you sit down, you know where the chair is. Feel for the chair. Once you feel for the chair, push your bum back and then sit. Yeah? So I've shown you with an arm, with a chair. Now I'm going to show you without using your hands. So if you don't want to use your hands, you can either put your hands here, but you can put your hands here, or you can put your hands across your chest, whatever's comfortable for you. And what you do, come forward and stand. Bring your hands together, push your bum out. So always make sure you know where the chair is before you sit down now. Okay? If you feel comfortable doing it like this, and you know where the chair is, good. But also, always remember, before you sit down, make sure you push your bum back, so you make sure your bum is on the chair. Okay? Up. Notice I keep my feet on the floor. Up, push your bum in, push the knees back, bum in, knees back. There's your stability. Okay? Before you stand, push your bum out, push back. Okay? Call it sit to stand. So we normally do about 10 of them. Again, You breathe out with the effort. So when you come up, breathe. Yeah? Then you can sit down. Breathe. Come up. Good. And down. Breathe. Excellent. Okay? I'm going to show you one more strengthening exercise. And this time I'm going to have to stand up for it. This one is, I'm going to turn my chair around so you can see. Again, this is for the knees. This is a very good one to maintain stability in the knees. So again, imagine I'm by the sink. Normally I would do this behind it if I've got a solid object, not movable. So normally I would take my patient to a sink, or if there's a chair that's sturdy and strong, yeah, I'll do that. So I'll hold. Again, pushing my feet apart. Yeah, you can point them out if you want to. Okay, so what you do, hold onto the chair, and what you're going to do, you're going to push your knees, let your knees drop forward, push your bum out, and hold. Make sure your feet are on the floor. Don't go down too far. Support the chair, and then come up. We call this a mini squat. Yeah? Very good for the hips, for the bum, and for the legs. Up, mini squat. Hold, you notice, hold, and come up. It's not a quick movement. None of these movements are quick, nice and controlled. So again, you go down, 1, 2, 3, and then push back. Make sure when you come up, you push your bum forward, your knees go back. You need that stability when you stand up. Again, when you're ready, as you start, you go down, you start counting. 1, 2, hold on 3, you should be where you need to be. 3, come up. Bum in, knees back. Yeah? Always push your hips forward when you're doing this exercise. When you're going back, push the hips back, bum back, knees forward, knees over toes. Hold. 3 should be here. Come up, push bum in, knees back. Yeah? So you do about 5. If you can do 10, do 10. Don't rush the movement, slow and controlled. At any point of the strengthening exercises, you can rest anytime. So always take your time, make sure you rest in between if you need to, but be consistent with what you're doing. So if you're doing 5, do 5. Don't do 5 and then do 3 and then do 2. Always try to be consistent with what you're doing, okay? So that's the strengthening exercises done.